It's just 1 week out from the Ironman World Championships here in Kona, and we've been given the privilege of following Laura Philipp on her last key training day ahead of the big race. And I'm certainly curious to see how she's feeling and just what her training sessions are going to entail this close to the biggest race of the year. It's time for behind the scenes with one of the world's top pros. Okay, so we've just arrived outside of Laura's apartment. It's 7 a.m. and she's about to do a key run session. I had thought of joining her, and then I heard what it was and what pace she was planning on hitting.
All right, so it's my first session of the day. I will do an hour run, and I include, I think it's 4 times 6 minutes. That should be around race pace, so not too fast. I hope I can stick to that, and yeah, that's the start into the day.
Running into her last interval. As assumed, she's running a little bit too fast. I think this is, that she's really happy to go to Kona, and everybody gets a little bit excited coming to the Ali Drive. So my task is for today just fuel her, take her closest, and slow her down to the right pace. Especially in the base pace, like for the intervals, I don't care too much if they are 5 or 10 seconds too fast. I'm fine with it, it's calculated, but I don't want to have an average which is too fast, so I slow her down in between for the warm-up and the cool-down. That's important. And yeah, now I hand over the camera back to the media girls.
Be transparent on the channel. I'm not going to lie, I did not do Laura's session with her. However, I'm hoping I can keep up for the last few hundred meters of her warm down, if she'll let me join her. She's coming now. Hey! I'm going to see if I can keep up with Laura Philipp for the last 100 meters of her session.
Now, I think both of you you're too fit. You're runners.
I'll take that, that's on camera, but yeah, we'll catch up with you properly in a moment, but I just thought I would join. Are you turning up here? This is Laura's warm down pace. I am breathing hard to run at Laura's warm down pace. This is just to give you a bit of context of...
I need to figure out where we live.
You live up there? You do, I know that much. How was your session anyway?
Yeah, it was good.
Well,
good to get that one out of the way. But it was a bit of a shock to run on Ali Drive for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so busy.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, that's trying to keep up with you and like with the traffic.
Yeah,
my gosh, she goes as fast as the cars.
Yeah, when they have to stop several times. No, but like with coming from Maui, where it was a lot quieter, I had a lot, to pay attention to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. Tried to stick to the pace. Didn't work that well.
Oh.
But
okay, I'm still out of breath from joining Laura for 2 minutes of her warm down, so that was quite an incredible pace. I don't know if you're able to even tell us what pace were you hitting on your...
I was trying to run 3:45, but I ended up more like 3:35-ish.
Wow.
But I run more by feel than by actual pace, so I think, as soon as you hit uphill, I tried to slow down a bit and then let it roll on the downhills. And Ali Drive has quite some ups and downs, so it was a good reminder to run there today. First run on the Ali Drive, and it was definitely more busy than expected. but yeah, it was good session, and yeah, the hardest part of the day I think already done.
Okay. Now you mentioned before you went out that you did this session last year. How does this compare?
That's a good question. I was actually thinking while I was running. I think today felt different because I wasn't so used to like all the people and the cars and like just the busyness of Ali Drive. So it felt a bit harder for my nervous system.
Yeah, lots to take in.
But I do feel better acclimatized because I've been on Maui for quite a while. So I think from the physical point, it felt more under control.
Okay, and you said last year, before you went, you said you did the session too fast last year. You're going to stick to your race pace, and you've already gone quicker. Was that like intentional? Did you just let it flow?
Yeah, I just try to go by feel. I mean, of course, even 3:45 is not like the race pace I will try to hit, or I mean, it's like dream race pace, I guess.
Good, that makes me feel slightly better. We're trying to follow you in the car. Like,
but I guess
gosh.
no one will actually do like the intervals in like exact like 4-minute pace or whatever you'll be hitting in the race. But yeah, it's good if you feel good, but I just also don't want to overdo it. But I think I didn't do that. But I have to look at heart rate and stuff to actually give you the information. But from my feeling, it was good.
Well, you looked great anyway, so
Thank you.
Well done. And it was great seeing some people supporting you. Like I thought how you drive, but I can see you probably need to do some rehydration and some refueling before we'll catch you again for your bike ride.
Yes, awesome.
All right, thanks, Laura.
Thank you.
Okay, so we've given Laura a couple of hours off. I mean, fair enough. It was in her schedule. She needed that time to just get some refueling in and probably cool down a bit. So we're now heading to hers to meet her, but she's going to be putting her bike in the car, and we are heading out of Kona just because, as you can see, it's quite busy in the town. So she doesn't really want to be starting a bike ride here. So we're going to be heading out a little bit further and joining Laura when she jumps on her bike. I am sadly not going to be joining her on the bike. I will be following from the car, and we'll hopefully get a bit of an insight as Philipp follows her along. She's actually riding all the way out to Harvey and back, so it could be a long day out. So you recovered after your run, cooled down?
Yes, I definitely cooled down. I got quite sweaty standing there talking to you. But yeah, cooled down, had a second breakfast and jumped into my recovery boots. So the legs should be ready.
Doing it all by the book. So what's in store for you?
So today I will ride most part of the course, so towards Harvey. I skipped the Kuakini part and we drove out quite close to the highway now, so I don't have all the traffic lights and stuff. Looking to ride around 4 hours, and I don't know how many kilometers it will be at the end. We will see. It's just steady riding, so no efforts or anything. Just getting a feel and having a good longer session.
And what's your nutrition plan for the 4 hours? That's quite a long ride.
Yeah, so I have Philipp supporting me, so I prepared quite some bottles for her.
I can see.
So we'll start with 3 bottles, and over the last weeks 3 bottles have always been good for around 2 hours.
Okay.
So I will probably need around 6 bottles at the end. And I have some Monsports power carb, like carb with coconut water stuff, so that will keep me going. I also have some bars with me, but no like race fueling or anything today because it's just steady. And I already ate a lot, so my storage should be full.
Is full. Nice, the most efficient way to carry it.
Exactly.
Well, enjoy your ride. We'll
Thank
catch
you.
out
See
there.
you out there.
Okay.
I think that aerobic sessions are super important in the taper phase. because on the one hand they are not that challenging for Laura. We still bring in enough load, and yeah, so she can get used to the island, the feel here, and like we keep up the volume. Obviously we cut down the intensity. It's the first thing, but we are still like 8 days away from the race. That means we have still volume inside. I think like today gonna be approximately 4.5 hours. So this is the longest ride before the race now, but we will add another, like, I think it's 2 times above 3 hours left. Laura is used to train a lot in the basic level, and I believe that it is needed for the endurance or aerobic performance. Like compared to the prep in 2019 was a prep we were struggling with her run because she had an injury before. So luckily we had no injuries for a long time, and that means we were able to prepare the way we wanted to, and that helps me to build up the sessions the way I want to. And obviously this played out. It is a similar preparation to the year before. So we added a few things, but not that much. And what we did different was getting early to the time zone, adapting a little bit better to the heat, and like from efficiency side, we are similar to her performance in Hamburg. Yeah, I think we have a nice build up. So the excitement curve is coming to in the right timing, and I think Laura, even it's her third Ironman this year, like South Africa, then Ross, and now the World Champs. She is like ready to go, mentally loaded, and she's relaxed and ready. And the other hand is that you see that the system is going to an efficiency level. Like we don't have these high spikes. Like you get to a higher aerobic quality, and you try to peak that. And so usually I try, like if I try to measure it, I have a look at the over and under performance with the lactate in a shuttling speed. When it comes to certain efficiency, I know that she's getting close to the highest shape we can get.
It was a long day, and I think actually my longest ride of the whole Kona preparation.
Really?
Like 5 hours.
Wow, yeah, you were like 4.5 is what you expected.
But exactly. We had a coffee break in Harvey. That was nice, and unfortunately the wind seemed to turn around by then, so I had a lot of headwind.
Philip said, she'll be home in like 2 hours, tailwind all the way.
Yeah, it felt like the way up we thought like, the way back home will be fast, but turned out it wasn't.
You had a headwind both ways.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you hate that. How did it feel being back on the Queen K?
Good. I liked the wind. Hopefully we have wind on race day. I think this will make the race even more exciting, even though it's quite a mental challenge, sometimes, especially when you have like the headwind. And how's the crosswinds? As I noticed, you don't have, is this your wheel set up for race day? No, this is still my slow setup. So everything is in training mode. Basically, I will ride different wheels, different tires, and then of course also race suit, helmet.
How deep, what depth are you going on your wheels?
I think if the weather forecast is not like crazy, I will go 800 in the front and in the back.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And just very quickly, like you're obviously this is the first time you've done this prep of coming to Maui first. How is it feeling? What was your decision in making and deciding to do that? What was your process?
We actually did this back in 2019 when I did my first Kona. We went over to Maui with Sebastian Kienle and Franz Löschke and also Philipp, and that worked out well. We liked it over there. Also other athletes did it back then, like Daniela and the whole Trisuto squad, I think. I think, especially today, I noticed again that, when you're on a race course, you get so excited. And then it's so hard to stay within yourself, keep to your pacing and so on. It's a good practice, of course, but I think if I would be, riding on the course the whole time, it wouldn't be so special. So it was good to have the training done on another place and then come here for race week. Everything, the excitement is building, and I'm getting the nerves, and that's good.
Did you control yourself on the bike ride?
I did.
Should I ask Philip? Yeah.
Well, I think he didn't have a look, but I think I did. Yeah, okay. It's a bit easier looking at the power meter. I didn't look at the speed because I knew I'm not fast anyway. So was good.
Okay. And what are the next week? What's that looking like? What's your sort of swim, bike, run very quickly, like the overview?
I think this was probably the longest day. So I basically had 6 hours today of training. So I think the training days will get a bit shorter. Yeah. We will try to, include some intervals to keep me sharp, but short stuff. And then I will also do the Huala practice swim for the first time. So excited to do that. I have no specific goals for that. Just go out on the course, have a good session, and then hopefully a lot of rest and good food, and then hopefully a good mood for the race.
Sounds good. And what are your goals for race day? I'm not asking your specific numbers, but what is a good race for you? Not your position, but how would it look?
Yeah, so last year was emotionally pretty hard for me. So that was not a race that is good to remember for me. So I hope I will just, have a good day where I'm proud of myself about the race and maybe also about the result. But I think it gets harder with every year, especially this edition is so exciting from the athletes lineup. And I hope that I can just execute what I think that I'm capable of. I think I've done everything within my hands, to make it happen. And then hopefully no penalties, no other things happen.
For everybody.
And then I can just, try to give my best and hopefully be happy with the result.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait to watch you race. So thank you for letting us join you today, and best of luck for next week.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Laura. Well, a massive thank you to Laura for allowing us to follow her all day, so close to the biggest race of the year. And I must admit, having followed her online, I can now tell you that she is exactly the same person as she comes across. She just runs even faster. Talking of which, I would suggest going and checking out Laura's YouTube channel for some good bit of inspirational content. And hopefully you have enjoyed this. If you want to show your appreciation for Laura and for my efforts with that 100-meter jog, then give us a like.